All right, good afternoon. This is your boy, Lion of God. I'm your hostess for the day, and this is my cousin, Wilson Hogan.
How you
Now,
doing tonight?
how you guys doing?
How you doing?
All right, so the topic that we're discussing tonight is pretty much the decisions we make today dictates who and what we become tomorrow. So again, the decisions we make today dictates who and what we become tomorrow. Now, the primary discussion of this topic is an overview. My cousin was placed in a awkward, adverse situation, and he had to travel 1 to 2 days on a bus across the nation from Mississippi to Texas to save himself. So again, my cousin Wilson Hogan was faced with adverse situations in his life that caused him to have to travel 1 to 2 days on a bus across the nation from Mississippi to Texas to save himself. All right, now, once Wilson made it here, Mr. Wilson, you said
Yes, sir.
that you were growing new wings.
Yes, sir.
Elaborate on that for me.
Okay, people. The new wings consist of leaving my past in Mississippi. No hard feelings or anything like that. But leaving my past in Mississippi, riding that bus here to Texas, state of Texas, and growing my new wings. So as I was traveling here to the state of Texas, and when I really started to feel like it was time, is when I got to Texarkana. So when I got to Texarkana, we stepped off the bus, and I told myself, I looked around, I said, man, I'm long gone. So I told myself, I said, you know what? This is it. So right there in Texarkana is when those wings started. But when I entered the state of Texas, I got off the bus station at Dallas, and I told myself, I said, you know what? This is time right here to start these new wings. So as I traveled from Dallas, Texas, over to Houston, Texas, and I got to that bus station, I said, this is it. This is it.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you.
So my next question would be, or not even a question, whether it be a statement. And let me just, complete it, and then I'll give you an opportunity, to follow up. So you traveled across states on a bus for 2 days. You had the greatest chance for survival there in Mississippi. Theoretically speaking, because 90% of your people live there. But you come here to Texas with a 0.01% chance to survive. Why?
Okay. As I was in that state of Mississippi, just being totally honest about it, I really didn't have anyone to reach out to. And people may say, oh man, you could have reached out to me, you could have reached out to me, you could have reached out to me. But us living in that state, we're already tied down. People can have families and a lot of things going on, in that state of Mississippi. So I wasn't going to just allow myself to, live upon someone's, family and things like that of that nature in Mississippi, and, not talking about anyone or anything like that, but I wasn't going to allow myself to get talked about that way. And things end up, going downhill if I couldn't meet these people that pulled me in, if I couldn't meet their standards. And we end up having a falling out and, knowing that this is not even us. So I decided to come to the state of Texas to better myself. And I already had pretty much, just by looking at social media and in the field that I'm in, personal training, I already had I felt like I had a chance of, okay, if I go to the state of Texas, I have a chance of saving someone else in that field of personal training. So that what brought me here to the state of Texas.
So since you've arrived in the state of Texas, what has been the energy you've received from your cousin, his wife, and their children?
The energy have been great. And I'm gonna just be totally honest about it. Because when I made it here, they accept me in with open arms. Really wasn't why you didn't stay there, why you didn't do this, why you didn't do that. It was welcome. And I feel good about it.
So you say that you ended up in Texas because of the opportunity for personal training. Theoretically speaking, one could train anywhere. Yet, you made a phone call to the individual that I would assume that would be there to help you save yourself. So what would be your statement or reasoning behind making that phone call?
Okay. Me and this guy, we had been pretty much social media. We have been pretty much plugged for about 7-8 years. I was throwing positive energy to him, from the state of Mississippi. He was here in Texas, and I was throwing that positive energy to him. So I felt like, okay, he knew it was real. So if I get out there, he would take me in with open arms. So I felt like it was one of the greatest decisions I could have ever made.
Okay. That's legit, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you.
Now, what are some things you've been doing while you've been here to ensure you won't be in that same situation again?
Okay. Since I've been in the state of Texas, I applied myself here to the gym. And, since I walked in that gym, like I said, nothing against the state of Mississippi or anything like that. The gyms I was in there was lovely. But as I was trying to apply myself to continue to be a personal trainer and save lives, for some odd reason I was getting turned down at every gym I went to. So I feel like, are they trying to keep me at the lower level? But since I came out here to the state of Texas, these people at the gym have embraced me with open arms. And it's through that guy I spoke on, that guy I was sending that energy to from 7 to 8 years, that positive energy. Oh, you such and such, you such and such. And they just accepted me with open arms. And it didn't take long. I ran across this lady, and she admired me and things like that, asked me, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm doing fine. And I just so happened to tell her, I seen her personal trainer, so I said, ma'am, I'm a personal trainer as well. And she eventually went into this field of, oh, we need trainers here. So, bam, there it was. And it took a day to get started.
So, what did that 2-day bus ride teach you about your real friends?
Okay, that 2-day bus trip taught me about my real friends is you don't have any friends. Just being totally honest. Because, on my behalf, I really didn't just reach out to them like that because I felt like you're going to get turned down anyway. And a couple people I, just ran across them, but they didn't have a space for me. So I had to take a leap of faith and try this. And it's all about trusting in God. So I can tell any young male out there in the world, when chances can become to a zero chance, take the chance. Trust in God and take that leap of faith. And it'll work. It will work.
So again, Mr. Wilson, I see that you mentioned, God. I mean, God is amazing. God is my everything. Without God, I am nothing or no one. can you elaborate a little bit further in your faith in our Father, Lord God?
Yes, I can. God is awesome. God is truly awesome. I have always prayed. I have always prayed and I have always believed in God. So as I ventured off, took this bus, took this trip to Tupelo to get on this bus ride, I prayed one more time before I got on that bus. And I said, God, this is it. And I knew He was going to carry me along the way. And now the state of Texas is my adopted home. And they welcome me again, like I said, with open arms. You know, everyone around here showing me love and really don't even know me. It's just, you know, my character. And everyone have really, really, really took me in. But God have really shown me that if you trust and believe in me, there's a whole nother world out there. And that's what He's showing me now. It's a whole nother world. I decided to take that leap of faith and take that bus trip here to Texas. And He had a crown waiting on me. And He have crowned me. And He told me to wear it correctly, and that's what I'm doing.
All right, again, thank you, Mr. Wilson Hogan. Now, I got one question for you.
Yes, sir.
When you made that phone call to your cousin, what did your cousin immediately say to you? Elaborate or state a fact and then elaborate a little bit for me.
Okay. When I made that phone call to my cousin, I broke it down to him, let him know, what was going on with me in the state of Mississippi. He instantly said 2 words: get here.
Say that again for the people that are watching you right now.
He instantly said, get here. So my thing was, okay, and I explained it to him. I said, okay, the money that I have, I'm going to get there. And people, God is so awesome that the rest is history. I took that bus trip and I got here. And the rest is history.
So, before we close this interview, Mr. Wilson, I would like to just say, you know what? I really, really, really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to sit down with you today.
Yes, sir.
Because your time is extremely valuable. Because I know right now you could be, out influencing somebody across the globe.
Right.
So actually, I got 2 points. One last point I'm gonna ask. How have that Lion Brotherhood been treating you since you stepped foot into H-Town? So again, how have that global Lion brother and sisterhood been treating you since you stepped foot in Texas?
The city of Houston, the state of Texas, Houston, I want to give y'all props. Y'all have really embraced me with open arms. Have not no one question, why are you here or who are you, or no one have shown me like I can see the real love. And people may say, oh man, you sure? I have really seen the real love of the people here of H-Town. And I am connected through these people through social media. And now they have seen me live in person, and they like, okay, this you, and this is me. And they have really embraced me with open arms. And I want to say to all the lioness and lions here in H-Town, let's do it. Because y'all have accepted a true line from Mississippi that's going to roll with H-Town correctly. And I'm going to put y'all on the map as well. I just want to thank y'all for accepting me.
And what about the lions and lionesses that are connected to Prolongevity Fitness directly?
They're awesome. Like I said, they've accepted me with open arms as well, and not just going directly off social media. The ones I have met in the flesh, face to face, they have really embraced me with open arms, and they were showing me love on social media. And as I bumped into them in the flesh in real life, they've shown me that real love. And people don't get it twisted. You can tell through social media if a person is real or not. You can really, really tell, because it goes back to my cousin that we were showing that love from 7 to 8 years. He knew that I was showing that real love. No matter who questioned it, back from Mississippi or whatever, if somebody come behind my back and say, "Oh man, you sure? You sure?" Nah, he knew that it was real love.
So this cousin you speak of, who is he?
He's Antonio.Gillespie.
And who is that?
He's my lead line.
But where is he at right now?
He's in the city.
No, like where is he at physically right now?
He's sitting right here with me. Sitting right here with me.
You see what I mean? I'm sitting right here in the flesh with my guy. He made that phone call, and instantaneously I said, "Get here." So, Mr. Wilson, this right here, I want you to take a minute or two to think this out. So if indeed you can give anyone some advice out there in the real world who's currently struggling with something but don't have someone to turn to, what would it be?
Okay. That person who's struggling, like myself, no shame in the game. I have always worked, I have always handled my business, but sometimes, doors just slam down on you, and for some reason the doors slam down on me. But if you know you have been showing a person genuine love over the years, do not be afraid to go to that person and tell them what you're struggling with. And I guarantee you, if that person knows that you have been consistent, listen to me, consistent over the years, I guarantee you they take you in with open arms. But when they take you in with open arms, everything that you're telling that person that you're going to do, do it. Do it. And God will lead the way.
But before we finish here, I want to let you guys know, we started this interview saying that the decisions we made today dictate who and what you become tomorrow. So 7 years ago, right, when Wilson was giving me positive energy, right, when I was 250 plus pounds, when I had no one to turn to, right, I had no one to keep me motivated, right, I had people calling me everything but a child of God. But my cousin Wilson here, right, he never bent, he never broke, he never folded, right? He constantly sent me positive energy. So at that time, 7 years ago would be right now. So meaning that if 7 years ago was right now, every decision he made at that moment, right? Every decision that he made in that moment going forward by giving me positive energy dictated who and what he became today. Which today, he is here with me in the flesh. And we are right now changing lives across the globe.
Yes.
In the favor of who? God, period. So again, the decisions he made 7 years ago going forward put him in a situation, right, to win for one individual. And the thing is the moral of this is not about the physical things, right? You can't take physical objects to heaven.
Period.
When we leave here, we can't take anything physical with us. So again, the decisions he made wasn't for future, I guess, finish line. Because right now, this isn't a finish line for either one of us. Every decision he made, which again, every decision I made, because had either one of us quit, yes, he said doors closed. No doors closed. This is an open door. This door is open. You see what I mean? So no door closed on him. This is an open door. Prolongevity Fitness, right? My lead lion, we're going up right now. So no door closed on my lead lion. So we did everything we did 7 years ago until now in the favor of our Lord God. Period. So the blessings my cousins are receiving right now, it only happened because he stuck to the script. And what was sticking to the script? He stayed true to being a positive light. Period. That's it. Something so simple, yet so extraordinary. It didn't cost him any money. It didn't cost any time. All he did was send me a message saying, cuz, you grinding. You looking good. Keep going. I see you. That kept my mind in the game. So that's what it's all about. This entire conversation is all about letting the world know, right, that it's okay to congratulate a man.
Yes.
It's okay to tell another woman or man that, you know what? You're doing great. What you did right now was extraordinary. Because guess what? God made all of us limitless in his image. There's enough glory out here for everybody. Period. I'm not afraid to help my cousin grow and become a better version of himself. Because guess what? There's enough greatness out here for each of us. Or for the both of us. Period. So again, the decisions now going forward. Prolongevity Fitness, baby. The line experience. The decisions him and I make right now, going forward, is going to dictate who and what we become. But the only thing we're willing to become, guess what? Making God more famous. Period. Because without God, guess what? Neither one of us nor Prolongevity Fitness is nothing. So again, thank y'all for tuning in. This is your boy Line of God. And this is my Line of God number 2, baby. And we out.